All right, everybody, listen up. I was just told that if we don't get our production up to quota, there's a good chance there's going to be a lot of layoffs. In fact, the company can even shut us down and move production to China. So you guys make the decision. Either you increase your production or you start looking for a new job. I'm serious.
Now, if I want to get the most out of you, I can use one of three typical motivational methods. I can use fear, intimidation. If you can't do the job well, I'm going to lay you off. Or I'm just going to yell at you because that seems to work. So what is it about fear motivation? Is fear a powerful motivator? It is, absolutely. It's probably one of the #1 motivators is fear. And in fact, fear is more powerful than incentive, but it's short-term related, right? Because we can use fear to cause people to act very deliberately for a very short period of time. What ends up happening over the long term? If people are exposed to fear, constant fear pressure, what happens?
They get used to it.
They get used to it, so it doesn't scare me anymore, right? Maybe I'm threatened with consequences, but the consequences never come to pass. Ah, well then I don't have to be scared anymore. What else do people do when they're subject to fear motivation for a long time? So it not only becomes ineffective, what do they do to the person that's inflicting the fear?
Don't listen to them.
They find ways to avoid them. They don't listen to the person. They almost sabotage the person. They might try to get even with the person. So in this way, when we use fear to get people to do things, we only end up causing more problems for ourselves.
Hey guys, we're behind in production a little bit. So here's the deal. You guys hit your quota by noon, it's free pizza for lunch. How does that sound?
All right.
Hey, you like that? You like that?
Absolutely.
Should we go for it now?
All right, then there's incentive motivation. I'll just give you a little extra money for doing it. Now, money's not a bad thing. Give you a little bonus, little treat. What ends up happening over the long term? So again, incentive motivation can work. It can provide incentives to people. What ends up happening, though, over a period of time?
No work with incentive.
So what ends up happening, and I've seen this in some companies, is the employees do something so they get them a pizza lunch. And the employees are kind of happy they had a pizza lunch. And then the next time they do something, they get a leather jacket. Well, a leather jacket's awfully nice. So now I've really shown them that each time they do something, they're going to get something nice. So I've seen some companies get so cynical that the first thing when a new program or initiative is launched, the first thing the employees ask is, what are we going to get? And it becomes cynical, which shows you again that incentives every once in a while are a nice perk. The reality is, though, they don't really last a long time because most people can't draw a connection between their actions and the incentive that they're receiving.
Hey guys, this crew has done a great job. All right. Now, I just got off the phone, and I understand that there's some other contracts that we're trying to lock down. It looks like we're going to have a really busy week. So here's what I want you to do. All right. I want you to work hard. I want you to work smart, and I want you to work safe. All right. If there's anybody that needs help, I'm going to be here in the shop. Please come and get me if you need me, and we'll get this thing done. All right. Well, if we take a look at this thing, this is where the problem is. Good job, Watson.
So what we're left with is we're left with attitude motivation. That is where the reason why you do things is from inside. That's the only sustainable way of doing that. And so attitude motivation is kind of the final area where we try to get the person to do it for their own reasons. And that really speaks to what we've been talking about here. So we can't use fear extensively. We should only use it when we need to. We can't use incentive and hope to have any kind of long-standing impact on people. And that leaves us with having an attitude impact on people, which is where their thinking is in line with our thinking. And how does that happen? Well, it happens by applying what we've been talking about here.